over the past 2 years, there's been a lot of conversation around AI, and a lot of people don't understand what it really is. And then we, as marketing professionals or people in business, are still trying to figure out what exactly AI means and what it means for business and marketing, right? So this podcast called AI and the Future of Marketing is to delve into, to understand what AI means fundamentally and all the various applications that we can, use for business cases and then marketing cases, right? That's what the AI and the Future of Marketing podcast is about, right? So first and the most important thing, people are trying to understand what AI is. Like, it looks like something very huge, it looks very complicated. What if someone says AI, what does it mean? Fundamental, what is AI? What's artificial intelligence?
I think when we say AI, like, I'm sure people imagine like really big stuff, right? But I think AI is basically really simple to think about. Say AI is actually something that people have been using since, or probably because people haven't been conscious about it, that we are using AI, right? But now it's becoming like a big buzzword that everybody is just saying it. So it's sounding quite mysterious. I feel like AI is basically, you see, AI actually means artificial intelligence. So intelligence that is artificial, it's not natural. You see, as a human being, you are able to actually think and reason about specific things and then come up with outcome. I think AI simply means that a machine being able to reason, think, and act like a human being, right? Yeah, that's all.
Okay, because I believe that since the invention of social media, a lot of the things I've gotten used to are AI. Things like what we call algorithm is mainly AI. Is the AI or the platform learning from our habits, our patterns on these platforms, and then recommending other things to us based on what our patterns have been, right, on social media. And I think it's generative AI that has caused this whole buzz, that someone can go somewhere, go onto a platform, and then search something and then get a response, or someone can input a prompt and then get an image based on that prompt. I think that's what seems very exciting for a lot of people, and that's what has like started all of this. But like AI in itself has been existent for a very long time now. All the algorithms and things that we've been hearing, that's like fundamentally, what AI is. Yeah, but then how can AI help businesses personalize customer interactions at scale, right? How can businesses use AI to personalize their customer interactions and all of that?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to personalization, right, just think of your most experienced and skilled customer service agent in your company being available all the time, attending to every customer query, right? So being able to use AI to personalize this thing is just like taking your smartest employee and getting them to assist your customers with it. So personalization, we can think of it using AI, is basically using AI to understand, one, your brand, right? And then the kind of things that people want to know about your brand. And then you can use that to personalize the experience for them. At the end of the day, what you want to do is not just give monotonous responses to people just because people are coming to ask for specific things. You want to understand the tone, right? The emotions. What exactly are they trying to find? What meaning do they want? And using AI to provide that sort of thing.
But how's that different from what humans already do? I mean, humans have been doing, like you mentioned, your smartest employee, right, or your smartest customer service personnel. How different will AI be from that person? No, mind you, there are instances where you go on a platform, say a social media page, and then you send a DM, right, to a customer, to a brand. You are going to get some response. Some of them, because you've reached out to them before, they're able to mention your name and then give you an answer, or they're able to learn from previous interactions and then give you an answer. So all of those things happen. How then is AI very different from the human? Mind you, some AI in the past, before AI became very mainstream, chatbots and everything are very robotic. The responses are very straightforward. There are times that I've been very frustrated because I'm saying that, how do I get this thing? And the AI is giving me for this person, for that person too. Because they've been programmed to give those responses, So how is it very different from what's the human experience can be?
So I think when you think of human experience, one, the first thing we want to think of as a human being, you do get tired, right? You do get stressed, and what you want to do is really focus on important stuff like winning awards in a company. You don't really want to be available 24/7. At the end of the day, you are going to close, you are going to go home, right? So from the very elementary point of view, let's look at it. You are a customer service agent. You are responding to customer queries. What happens when you close work and you go home? What happens to your customers and the request that they are looking for, right? The other thing is the fact that as a customer service agent, in fact, 80% of the time, you'll be surprised that everything that a customer is asking is something that the business already has. Yeah. And people keep answering the same thing over and over again. It gets boring and it's not really productive if you ask me. So why not actually get an AI to actually do this thing for you, and then you can focus on far more important stuff, right? And the other important thing about using an AI is that it can really be personalized, right? Like we said. So understanding the intention and then adding even more things that the human being wouldn't be able to do.
Talking about things that human beings won't be able to do, and saying that, say, human beings are able to do it over and over again because that is their job, right? That's what they are hired for.
Right.
So people have questions about how ethical it is, right? What are some of the ethical considerations when it comes to using AI? There are arguments against AI taking people's jobs, right? Personally, I've seen it. I mean, I believe, to be honest, I believe that it's for us to take advantage of, right? We are the humans. We can take advantage of it to improve in every aspect of our life, right? But then some of them are very obvious. Like on my way here, I saw 3 or 4 different billboards that used AI generated images, right? On a normal day, they are going to get a model and a photographer and take a picture of that. That is 2 people who have lost their job because of AI, potentially, right? I mean, for the very high level, the CEO of a company might not have the chance to go and sit behind a laptop to generate images or to ask, to input prompts and then get responses. You get it? So, like, those are very high level stuff. But then other basic stuff like generative image, generative text, and things like that, you know, isn't it taking people's job? And what are some of, like, the considerations when it comes to, like, using AI, ethical considerations?
Taking people's job, I feel like that's very vague, right? You just imagine, let's say we are in the year maybe, I'm just going to assume, let's say 19, maybe even 80. This would be a time when Microsoft Excel and stuff just came. I'm sure people will be like, Excel is going to take accountants' job and all those sort of things, because people are going to spend less time calculating stuff, right? And summarizing data. At the end of the day, what has it done today? We still see people working. We still see Excel assisting people and making work more wholesome. And I think that's how we should think of AI right now. It's just like a calculator, right? Why
it assists you. It doesn't take. So I think people should see it more as a companion, another competition. You're not competing with AI. It is, and I believe that, to be honest, anyone who is scared of AI taking their job might not be very good at their job, because if you really know what you're about, the thing, what I've noticed about, say, even generative text is, if you don't know what you're looking for, it becomes difficult to get a kind of response you're looking for.
Exactly.
You get it? Exactly. So if I'm working on a strategy, I know, okay, this are, I want a SWOT analysis, and these are the particular strengths I'm looking for. It helps me put in the right prompts, right? And it helps me refine the kind of responses I'm looking for. Someone who doesn't know about SWOT analysis in the first place, or doesn't know what their SWOT analysis should look like, won't be able to write the right prompts or refine their response to get what they want, right? So I believe that, like, you're right, it's more of a companion and not a competition.
Exactly.
Like that, yeah. That's true.
So more of, like you said, an enabler to assist people to achieve something together.
Right. So that brings me to Copianto, right? Copianto is in the AI business. I'm going to leave you to explain to us what it really does, and then how it helps customers streamline their customer engagement.
Yeah. That's okay. So Copianto, what we do really, every time we say that our mission is really to help the world to find meaning through search. Okay. People search for information every day. Just come in here, you look for information, probably how to get to the space. You Google stuff all the time. You look for things on food apps, even ride-hailing apps. And that's all search, right? And you are searching for something because you want to find some meaning and you want to find some information that you need. And that's really our mission. We want to help the world be better at it. So what we do really is take any organizations, like let's say data, anything that anybody wants to know about your organization. We want to make sure that it's available wherever they want to, like ask for these things, and then however they want it, right? So any channel that you are thinking of, maybe your customers are trying to reach you or trying to engage with you, Copianto actually makes it possible for you to serve your customers through these channels, through personalization.
Right. But then there's also the challenge of where the customer spends their time, and generally penetration. There's still a very large percentage of people who are not internet users. Then there are those who are not smartphone users.
Yeah.
How do people like this get to experience the advantages of AI? Let me give an example. If Uber had launched in Africa in 2010, it would have failed, right? Because the fundamental infrastructure that needed to exist for Uber to thrive wasn't there. Internet penetration was very low at that point in time. People weren't using smartphones. And these are two things that really need to exist for a platform like Uber to thrive in Africa.
Exactly.
And the same for AI, right? If generative AI became mainstream in 2010 or 2012, it wouldn't have gone anywhere, because how many people are using internet in the first place, right? How many people are using smartphones? How many people will have a use for it? You get it? So in the present world, say in Africa, what are the people who have access to this? And how can we make it more accessible to people who don't, use smartphones and the internet and all of that?
Yeah. So that's actually a really good point. And I think we will take it from our mission again. Okay, so we want to help the world find meaning through search. We understand that search comes in different forms, right? Even USSD, sometimes voice, like calling. Even you can use like a normal feature phone, or as we would say, a YAM phone, to actually call your brand or any business that you use to complain about something. So these are always the channels that customers try to reach brands and organizations. And these are channels that even Copianto uses to enable the businesses to serve their customers. So we use things like voice, right? So you can call and then you can simply do it. One of the things that we try to do right now, because of the market that we find ourselves, is make it really simple and easy for companies to deploy any AI tool that can help them to assist their customers, like probably seeing something like a customer support agent or an AI assistant that can function like a chatbot, right? You don't need to have a lot of engineering skill or experience or resource, right? We really simplify all that process so you can create something like this without even having the engineering capacity of a company that is well to do or doing really well, without even writing any code. So these are always that we try to simplify it and then serve the market needs.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah. So meaning someone who doesn't even have a smartphone can still make a phone call and still get their responses. That's like very impressive, right?
Yeah, using AI.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you think are like the opportunities? I mean, we've discussed some of them.
Yeah.
What do you think are the opportunities for businesses, right, when it comes to AI? Like, everyone is trying to think around it, right? I have people who have told me that, yo, guy, I don't understand what this whole... Even AI is brought tech in general, right? Yeah. People don't understand what tech means, right? So for a business, you are doing your brick and mortar business and everything. Now people are talking about technology and all of that, right? Then there is now AI.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it looks like a bubble. Everyone is trying to get on, like shiny objects. Everyone is trying to like get into it and everything. If any business wants to like make that move, take advantage of the new technology like AI, what are the key opportunities you should be looking at right now? What are the ways that AI can help them improve their existing business practices?
So I think the first thing we can look at is the type of business, right? What stage? And I'm sure, like we said, when people think of AI, they think something really mysterious, crazy,
robotic,
like large-scale robots, right? But AI can be in even the simplest form, right? From using AI to generate content. Let's say, let's come up with an imaginary company, like maybe we want to start a podcast or a business. We don't even have an idea for the name, right? We can simply use a platform like Copianto or any tool to generate even the name for the business, right? So I don't know what we want to call it, maybe anything enterprise. And we can try and use AI to help us get a name, to get the objectives, the mission, vision. And even as a company, we want to put up a strategy or a business plan. AI can actually help us do this, right? This is simply using AI to generate something and write things that would have taken you so much time to research about. One thing that I really like using AI for personally is researching and learning about subjects that I'm not really a professional, right? Let's say you are a journalist and you want to write an article on cryptocurrencies. Do you know how long it will take you to actually get up to speed, if not for AI, to actually understand what the state is right now about that specific subject? Yeah, but today is really simple. You can just go on any of these platforms and then you try and learn anything. Any research that's done is at your fingertip. So you don't really need like so much to do a lot of things.
Yeah. And I think for people who are very curious, AI is a match made in heaven for you, right? Because I used to have a challenge a lot whenever I go to Google looking for certain, I search a lot, right? I'm always researching about various topics, especially because like I'm into business. There are times I'm looking for specific answers to certain questions, and you have to open 4 or 5 links before you have to piece together information from different websites to get your own information. Most of the time you're still not satisfied, right? There was this time that I was going through a PDF. It gives some information. I wish I could ask questions and get responses because the information over there is fixed, right? If I want follow-up question, I can't ask the PDF and then get responses from it, right? But then the good thing about generative intelligence is that I can ask follow-up questions when I get a response. So if there's something there's I think I learned more about the Israelites in the Bible from AI than I did from the Bible. Not that I read the Bible a lot though, but then now I could ask a lot of follow-up questions. Why this? Why that? All the questions that I couldn't find in the Bible. Maybe because maybe you need some divine discernment to be able to do that, right? But I was able to like ask follow-up questions. Why are the Jews called the Israelites, or why not? You know, where did they begin? What's the first generation? How did they get here? Like ask all of those questions, and I began I got to understand it more than I used to understand it before. You get it? And there was this other point where I wanted to create a contract. Right? I'm not a legal professional, but you know, as a business, I'm learning to put together like very small contracts and stuff on your own. Before what I would do is go online, look for a template, download it, and now you need very custom contracts for custom stuff.
Clients, use cases.
So I found one on Business in a Box. I don't know if you know the platform. And they said I should pay a couple $100 subscription to be able to use a template. Like, and I think that was around the time that, you know, AI started making some buzz. I just went on, they put in my prompts, and I got exactly what I needed. That's when I became an evangelist for AI. I'm like, this is a game changer. Awesome. Yeah, no, because like there are a lot of things that AI can help you fast track, right? Preparing contracts, generating ideas for content, even strategy. Now when I'm working on company strategy, it's very easy for me to, you know, put in my ideas and then it refines it and brings it back to me, you know. So I believe that the opportunities for business are like limitless, especially people in business. It's like limitless. And when it comes to marketing, so I believe that aside, you know, those who are scared of it taking their jobs, the people who really want to improve and, you know, take their work to the next level, like there's a lot of opportunity for them to, you know, to improve on that.
Speaking of people who are scared that AI might take their job, I think I had this experience where we actually at one point were working with this digital advertising agency, very renowned one, and I think we had a meeting with them, and they just went like, so why should we pay you guys to use this thing? I mean, aren't you rather going to make people not come to us? Because see, we are an advertising agency. Our goal is to help people to create like incredible ads. And you are telling me that people can use this AI to copy and
generate their own copies.
So, like, aren't really, you know, that sort of thing. The funny thing, at the end of the day, they actually ended up going with us because they saw the value. Because at the end of the day, I feel like AI is really going to replace those who are not using AI, right? It's not like AI is going to replace anyone. But you need to know how to use it to make your work more productive and efficient.
And like the example you gave, for instance, so the trick is that for an advertising agency, right, your clients, who is likely a very big company, don't have the time to input prompts and get responses. You get it? And they honestly don't care if you're using if you're using AI or not. So you, the creative, you know a platform like this exists, right? On a normal day, you would spend a couple of days, 1 week, brainstorming, coming up with ideas. And it's actually very difficult. If you think, I mean, because we do it very often, we don't realize how difficult it is, right? Then you can now use an hour or two, input your prompts, and then get a couple of responses that you can refine based on your own creative prowess, right? You're able to refine it and then get what you find alone. The client at that point doesn't really care what process you went through. All that. I mean, it's you who benefit from this. So I really like what you said, that AI will replace those who don't use AI. I mean, that is really what it is. Right? Exactly, if you don't know how to use it, then it's you is going to replace. So I believe that like the opportunities are like limitless, and everyone should get onto it and see what they can do with it. Right?